Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are, it is right now. You're right here. My name is Manuel, and it's my pleasure to welcome you. Today is day 49 of the show, and I have to congratulate you for making the best decision of the day to spend some time with me. Let's get started. Let me tell you something that perfectly captures the state of modern politics, and honestly, human nature when ego and applause gets involved. A couple of years ago, you had the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, standing on stage, feeling the energy, soaking in the cheers, and what did she decide to do at that moment? Well, she basically told Republicans, conservatives, MAGA voters, anybody really slightly to the right of Lenin, you're not welcome here. Get out of New York. And the crowd at that time, oh boy, they loved it. Ate it up. Standing ovation, applause to no end, because nothing says tolerance like telling half the country to pack their bags and get out. All right, so we fast forward to today. Now, suddenly, the tone has changed. Now it's, hey, could you maybe come back, pretty please? Patriotic New Yorkers, we need you. Really? Now you want them back? Now that the tax base packed up, moved to places like Florida, took their businesses, their income, their investments, and their sanity with them, now it's time for a reunion tour? That's incredible. Because what happened here isn't complicated. It's not mysterious. It's not some unforeseen economic storm. Nope. This was completely predictable. You declare your state hostile to success. You pile on taxes, regulations, ideological litmus tests, and to top it all off, you publicly shame people for how they vote, and then, shocking, I know, they leave. They leave. Who could have possibly seen that coming? I tell you who. Anyone. Like literally anyone with a functioning brain. And now you've got this situation where New York, especially New York City, is staring down the barrel of a serious, serious fiscal crisis. And of course, along comes this new mayor, Zoran Mamdani, promising we'll call it the political equivalent of all gain, no pain, a virtual kid in a candy store situation. Everything's free, no cost. The rich will pay for it. Yeah, okay. Of course they will. They always do. That's the plan, right? Okay, well, this time there's a small problem. You see, Zoran doesn't actually have the power to make any of that happen. You see, he needs Albany. He needs Hochul. He needs the state to step in and fund his fantasy. The problem is that even Hochul, who, look, let's be honest, ideologically probably agrees with half of everything that Zoran says, probably more, she has hit the uncomfortable moment where reality taps her on the shoulder and says, hey, the math ain't mathin'. So now what do we see? Suddenly, she pivots. She scrambles. Lower taxes? Oh, yeah, maybe. Friendlier tone? Definitely. Please come back. We need you. Yeah, that's exactly how she sounds now. It's almost like, I don't know, stick with me here. It's almost like you can't run an economy by driving away the people who fund it. What a concept, right? I know. But here's the part that really gets me, and this is where the sarcasm turns into something a little sharper. These are the same people who constantly lecture about division. The right is divisive. The rhetoric is dangerous. We need unity. Meanwhile, just a couple years ago, you had the governor of one of the largest states in the country essentially saying, if you don't think like me, then get the hell out. And now we're supposed to forget that? Now it's come back, patriotic New Yorkers. Come on. No accountability, no acknowledgement, just, I don't know, the vibes have changed. And this is where the lesson comes in. Because, as always, there is a real lesson here. And it does go beyond politics. It's about human nature. It's about what happens when you get caught up in the moment, when you're drunk on applause, when the crowd is cheering, when you feel untouchable. Because in that moment, you say things, you declare things that feel good right then, but they don't disappear. They linger, they stick, they echo. My father has said to me for years something that has really stuck with me. He said, words are like bullets. Once they're out, you can't take them back. And that's exactly what happened here. Hochul told people they weren't welcome. She told them to leave. And then, here's the crazy part, they listened. They took her seriously. And now that she needs them again, now that the numbers don't add up, now that the consequences have arrived, she doesn't just get to rewind the tape. She doesn't get to pretend it never happened, because people remember how she made them feel. They remember being told they don't belong. And some of them are looking at Florida or Texas or wherever they landed, and they're thinking, why would I ever go back to New York? And honestly, can you blame them? So here's the takeaway, not just for politicians, but for anyone. Take a breath when you're fired up, when the crowd is cheering, when you feel righteous and justified. Pause. Because whether it's politics, business, relationships, it doesn't matter. If you let that moment push you into saying something reckless, something absolute, something you can't walk back, it will come back. And when it does, it won't be on your terms. And that's what we're watching right now. New York didn't lose people by accident. It pushed them out. And now, after the damage is done, New York is standing at the door saying, hey, you can come back now. Yeah, good luck with that, New York. All right, that's enough for today. We'll continue next time. And as always, be useful.